Alright, hello guys, today we are going to build a site navigation just like that in pure HTML, CSS without any JavaScript. You can find the source code in a website that I created, okay, so you can just go there and pick the site nav right there if you want to use the code, alright? So let's do it right now. We will begin with just an HTML, CSS folder right there. We can open it with the live server. Okay, great. So this is just a basic website with a background dark like that. Okay. I also import some font family. So this is Open Sans and also Railway. All right. So let's begin with the HTML right now. So first we need a nav with a site nav class, just like that. And we need a wrapper. You'll see that it's very important to use it because it will permit us to use that site navigation without any JavaScript. Then we need some icons, so just a 3 dots container like that, and div with dot d dollar times 3. Okay, and with emmet, it will just create 3 div with the dot class and d1, d2, and d3. Okay, perfect. Then we can just go below it and create a nav block like that. And inside of that nav block, there will be an icon, an SVG icon, and you can find it just right there in UI delivery website. So it's in description if you want to take it. And you can just copy the SVG right there and paste it right there. Okay, perfect. And below the SVG, we need the sub navigation. So div.subnav and an H2 subtitle 1. And below the H2, a sample UL and some LI with some A tag link. And we can copy the LI and paste it to have six link just like that. All right, perfect. So that's already perfect. So we do see our SVG in big right there. It's normal because there is no CSS right there. So we are going to just style that navigation and it will be perfect. After styling the first nav block, we can add as many nav block as we want. Okay, so let's do it right now. We can head to our style CSS. So there is a basic reset, a background dark color, and that's it. So right now I can just style my SVG and give some width so it won't appear in big like that. Okay, perfect. So we do have our navigation right there. So to begin with, we are going to style the side nav and give a position fixed, so it will be fixed at the screen and we want it at the left of our screen. So height 100 VH and left 0, top 0. Okay, perfect. After that, I need to style my wrapper, and right there I will just give a background 333, which is a little bit lighter than the original background, and also a height of 100 VH and a width of 75 pixels, just like that. Okay, great. So we do have our wrapper, we do have our side nav like that, and we want to create at first that little icon. You see the 3 dots right there, so it's kind of easy, and this is what we are going to do right now. So 3 dots container, display flex, justify content center, line item center, and just an absolute height of 60 pixels like that. Okay, we want a box of 60 pixels with a height of 60 pixels. Okay, great. And after that we need to style the different dots. So dots, flex shrink 0, some margin 10 pixels, 3 pixels, and a width and a height of 10 pixels. We want some circles, so a border radius of 50%, and just a black background to begin with, and we can see the 3 dots right there. Okay, it's really simple to understand. We are just using flexbox and some width, height, etc. And then we can just style them with a background crimson and yellow and light green like that. Okay, and we need to style the D2 and D3. Perfect, so we do have our icon right there. Perfect, it's working. And now we can take care of the sub navigation. So first we will style the nav block, which is the parent. and we will give some padding, a display flex, justify content center, a cursor pointer, just to show that there is something to activate, and a border bottom of 1 pixel solid F2, 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 1E. All right, just like that. Okay, so this is our block right there. So now we need to take care of some hover effect. So nav block hover, I will just change the background. So basically right there, it's 24 3 times. And if you want to have it in an hexadecimal form, you just need to click right there. So it's 18, 18, 18. Okay, great. So now if I just hover it, it will change the color of my nav. Okay, perfect. This is great, but I do want to style my sub navigation right now. And I do want my sub navigation to slide whenever I hover my parent, just like that. So how can I do that? Well, I can just go there and style my sub nav. I will just give a width of 200 pixels and height of 100 VH, a position absolute, top 0, left 0, like that. Okay, and right there I need to create a new stacking context. And one way to create a new stacking context is to position an element with, for example, position absolute, and change the value of the z index. And I will put -1. So I will explain it later. Let me just finish my elements. So background h-tag 333, so hash 333, color white. We want to hide it first with transform translate x -100%. We want to give a little transition, so it will be more beautiful. So on transform with an is in out, and to finish we need to give some borders. So border right 2 pixel solid black 0, 0, 0, and border left also 2 pixel solid 0, 0, 0. Okay, perfect. So now whenever I just hover my parent right there, I want to make my subnav slide to the right. So what I need to add for that is an hover again. So nav block, hover, subnav, transform, translate x 75 pixel, which is the width of my container. You see, 75 pixels. So right now, when I hover my parent, it will just make the subnav slide to the right. So what's going on right there? Well, right there, I have a new stacking context. Okay, so I need to show you right there. My subnav right there, which is the child of the nav block, will have a new stacking context, and it will have that z-index of -1. So it will try to refer to the oldest element with a stacking context. What is the oldest element with a stacking context right there? It's the side nav. Why? Because side nav do have a position fixed, and position fixed also create a stacking context, a new stacking context. So my subnav will refer to my side nav right there. Okay, and so it will go behind my nav block and my wrapper. So this is why I do have a wrapper. It's just to hide the side navigation and the sub navigation. I want to hide the sub navigation below my wrapper. Okay, so I can see them unless I hover the parent of my element. Okay, it's a little bit hard to understand. I can understand that. So just go to the MDN documentation about stacking context. It's a little bit hard to understand even with the documentation, but you can find some good response right there. Okay, so MDN stacking context. Okay, great. So now it's working. So we just have to style everything. So let's go. We can remove the SVG right there and just go there. And so nav block SVG, width 25 pixel, and a fill of F2, 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 and a transition on fill to 0.2 second is in out, just like that. Okay, great. So I do have my white icon right there, and I just add some color animation with hover SVG. So I do add some color with fill, hashtag 50B DDF like that. Okay, great. So whenever I just hover it, the color will change, the color of my SVG. Okay, great, great, great. So after that, I can go below my subnav because I want to style what is inside of my sub navigation. So subnav H2 font open sans serif and a height of 60 pixels. Display flex, justify content center, align item center. So we do center with flexbox on the main axis and the cross axis, so X and Y basically. Background 222, great. Now we need to take care of the UL, and we will just remove the list style type. So we just put the value of none, and then we need to take care of the LI, padding 50 pixel, top bottom, 20 pixel left right. Subnav LI hover, we change the background RGBA to 160, 160, 160, 0.5. And again, if you want the exact, just need to click right there at the top. Okay, great. And then subnav LI A color F2, 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 and we remove the text decoration of the link. Okay, and that's it. That's pretty much it. Okay, so basically it will work like that. And now that we have constructed that first navigation, that first sub navigation, well, I just need to add whatever I want to add below it. If I want to add 10 navigation, I can. If I want to add 100, I can, etc., etc. So if you want the full example right there, you just need to copy it from the UI delivery website. So you do have it in description if you want. So you just need to copy it and paste it, and I will explain the rest to you. So this is the HTML and the CSS is right there, and you just need to hover it and scroll down, and that will be perfect. Okay, so in the full example, I just added more list like that, more sub navigation. Okay, and I also added some content. Okay, so main content with, and this is important, a padding left of 75 pixel, which is the width of my side navigation. Okay, so it's important to separate the main content of the navigation from the navigation. Okay, so you need to put some padding, for example. All right, and that's pretty much it. So you need to create a wrapper and some child with a new stacking context, and then you give the index of -1, and it will just refer to the navigation, and it will go behind the wrapper and the different nav block right there. And when you have when you made one nav block, you can just add as many nav block as you want. All right, that's it. So like and subscribe, and you can also visit my website if you want to have more code snippets. So I plan to add more code snippets if it gets popular. All right, so see you in the next video.